Hello. Yeah, I just saw my camera shift. I don't care. This would have been another Book of Kent, Alien, E.T. episode, but today, this being March 1st, the day before Texas Independence Day, happy Texas Independence Day, especially because this is when I picked up my royalty check from my mailbox, about 450 meters that direction. And I guess I should start off right off the bat by reminding people that why do you need glasses when you have a bottle? Shabbat Shalom, my fellow Jews. It's been dark in Israel for hours. It's now 1600 hours Central Time in Texas. And I'm here to tell you why I hate the out of Donald Trump, and why, despite the fact that he's going to be the president until 2024, you Trump-tards, who are just an ever-increasing problem, you anti-Semitic, Christian, hateful, pseudoscience retards and stuff like that, no economy knowing losers. That's what this show is all about. I'm trying to kind of calm down. I'll try to relax and kind of lean back, but I'm probably going to be hitting that bottle again in a second. In previous episodes, I told you of why I first supported Trump, because he was certainly of the between the Republicans had 11 candidates, the Democrats had 3 or 4. Out of 15 candidates for president, Trump was the lesser of the evils. He was a centrist appeaser. He's not Republican. He's not conservative. Actually, he's proven, as I stated before, he has no brain. Doesn't understand the American economy. You notice he's not pushing for cheaper luxury hotel rooms, although last year he lost $575 million in his trust. People are not going to Trump Towers and Mar-a-Lago, etc., because he's such a jerk. He's losing money, but then again, he can afford to lose money and just write it off on his taxes. I can't. I belong to the most heavily taxed class of people in this country, oil and gas producers. I'm sorry. I got to really control myself, because, and I was going to earlier, I should have come out earlier, but I've had to wait. You may notice all around me, it's actually the temperature, which has now reached the peak of the day, I think around 64 degrees, is only a couple of degrees away from the dew point. The humidity is just overwhelming. I've seen so many people that are living in airtight homes, generating ozone homes, full of fragrances, who are coughing and are sick as shit today and stuff like that. I've been losing battles on social media because I'm dealing with a bunch of retards. Even though they have college degrees, they don't have college degrees and research or biomedical research, but yet they think that, whatever the industry hacks say is true. And anyway, look, I'm going to present the evidence here pretty quickly. I'm almost at 5 minutes. I'll keep this under 15. I want to make a couple of videos today because starting tonight, the weather's going to get really bad. I predicted the weather back at the last week of August. I'm the best long-range weather predictor, anywhere in America. And I've got 2 doctors that read every word I say about the weather. Last fall, at the end of fall, before the dead of winter, when the demand for oil and gas is at its peak, and where I am part of a corporation. I'm a working partner in a corporation, one of the biggest in Texas or anywhere, that supplies the spot market for refineries, because you people don't understand refineries. Once they're started up, they have to have a continuous flow, or they have to shut them down and do a multi-million-dollar cleanup. And that's where the company in which I'm a working partner, that's what we do. We supply at top dollar the spot oil that's not filled by futures contracts, which is you people that read the price of oil in the Wall Street Journal and shit like that don't even bother, not even smart enough to know about the spot market and what spot market prices are. And I've been in the spot market now for almost 20 years with this particular company, because number one, there's tax advantages, and number two, we get more money. We keep the refineries of Texas, which supplies all of North America. And you Yankees up there, you know, yeah, I'm only about 7 minutes. You know, last month, you know, I took a trip to town. It was kind of unexpected and stuff like that. I didn't want to go on the underpass on the main drag and stuff like that. I was kind of taking the back roads, and boom. Then came down the railroad deal, and a train passed me, and it had enough cars full of liquid natural gas, unodorized. It said clearly unodorized, which means you can't. There was enough unodorized liquid natural gas coming from the south, either from Texans or from maybe even Mexico, heading to Yankees in the north, which I now find was at bottom dollar. There was enough. I did notice, the first thing that caught my attention, that's why I paid attention, was that the train engineer had put those tanker cars at the rear and was going about 10 miles under the speed limit. I think the speed limit's 35. He was doing, actually almost 20 miles below. He was like doing 15, because he knows there was enough liquid natural gas on that short train to wipe out the county seat of this county. So I'll get to the point here. Let me remind you that the most intelligent people on this planet have always had an oral fixation. They either smoke pipes, chew on pipes, smoke gum, smoke cigarettes. You can shut the fuck up, all you retarded Yankees that keep talking about me smoking on camera. I'm almost 9 minutes in. At the end of last fall, President Donald Jerk-off Trump, please, Trump, I really hope that you finally, because of your fear of somebody poisoning you, your fondness for McDonald's and fast food, I hope a black gentleman finally spits the most deadly virus on this planet into your burger. Oh, but he says they're pre-made on television, on the late night shows. Last fall, he criticized OPEC, which OPEC destroyed us years ago under Obama, under the Obama, Hillary Clinton, Saudi. They stated, even on national public radio, their exact quote was, we have already declared war on Texas oil fracking. It really killed us. Drove, even in the spot market, drove us down to about $40. The futures around 33. I know the numbers. Don't tell me shit about the oil business. My family's full of... My brother, that's one of the few brothers I ever talked to and stuff like that, spent his whole life as a... he worked from the drill floor. He got his MBA, worked from the drill floor up, chief of operations, CEO of many drilling and exploration companies. Knows everything about went to more conventions about the latest technology, etc. Don't tell me shit about the oil business. You don't know shit. Shut up. So, Trump made this statement at the end of fall and before the deep of winter, before when I would normally, and that's what I'm about to pull out of my pocket here in a second, where normally we shoot up because we were already up around 74 and stuff like that when the futures were still in the 50s. He made this call for I want the cheaper oil. OPEC, you need to produce more and stuff like that. He didn't force OPEC to produce more. He forced me to produce more at cheaper prices. I'm about to prove that right here now. Okay, I had it in my pocket. I put it up here. Last month I didn't even get a royalty check, owner's check. And this month I got my owner's check, my royalty check. And it told me all about the impact of Donald Jerkoff Trump, who will go down in history as a guy who did some good things, which were just the nature of his, but he's one of the biggest jerk-offs that doesn't understand the American economy. You can't, Mr. Trump, continue to let iPhone and other companies sell phones that cost only $5 to $10 to manufacture for $1,000. You can't let all these high-tech firms make their 30 to 50,000% profit margin and then fuck over us oil and gas producers on which that technology is based, and your whole life and your ability to be president is based. I'm not now going to start giving you a brief review over this is just the cover sheet of the spreadsheets that are sent to me. These, I'll just, okay, let's start right here. Right after, this is a payment period that goes back to, I think, November. I'll see you in a second. Okay. So, oh, gosh, you can see which company I'm a working partner in. Oh, that's too bad. Freeze frame that, bitches. Okay. Now, this runs from, actually, November 18th to December 18th, when all you Yankees are burning propane and oil like a mofo. You need it, you crave it, you'll pay anything. And you Canadians and other people we supply. And because of Trump's weird behind the scenes or up front stuff, my previous spreadsheet on this, I was getting like $74 a barrel for a couple of months until Trump opened his fucking yap. And now, for that period, which I've just now been paid, where we had to increase production to, oh gosh, I'm trying to find the quantity of barrels. But we were as low as $44.82 on the spot market. And in January, it only came up to $47.47 per barrel. What's the total number of barrels? We went from 2,244 barrels on my well to 2,772 barrels. We had to triple production to keep me happy and not and not go into litigation. because of Donald J. Trump. And I'm going to upload this video even though it's over 15 minutes. I don't care. I know YouTube will accept it. Even up to 30 minutes. I may go on longer here. Let me see. The gas was for December was almost 13,600 gross, and then here's barrels for January. Oh yeah, here's and actually from November to, this is a spreadsheet. It requires an education. I want to just remind you one more damn time. You're not dealing with no retarded YouTube jackass here. Like all them people, Sci-Fi Channel, Veritasium, who get up there and make totally fake, false, incorrect scientific statements. You're never going to hear anything from me that ain't 100% true. I actually passed YouTube's test the other morning at 4 a.m. I may go into that. I know YouTube is monitoring me for their AI and the Bristlecone chip, which is its only application. And like I said, you don't need glasses when you have a bottle, So, where was I? Let me throw that down. Yeah, who am I a working partner in? Freeze frame. It's major in Texas. There, a year or two ago, we bought up because I am a working partner, I get to say we bought up what was it, 10, 20, 30,000 producing oil leases in East Texas. Yep, had them pump jacks on them. So you got to keep us owners happy. And we tripled production because we were actually right at the edge before Trump opened his yap. We were about to get back to where we deserve to be paid $90 a barrel. Not going to talk about the gas. You people in Silicon Valley, which I grew up with, you want 50,000% markup on everything you do and stuff. And it's not even critical to the existence of mankind on this planet. Are you insane? Your apps and your little software, you're not critical. This is critical. This is oil and gas, which I watched a legitimate documentary the other night that pointed out the fact that 1 liter of oil or petroleum products replaces a whole day's work, actually a 12 to 16 hour day's work of 200 hands. Just 1 liter. Your life is so much easier because of people like me. And the fact that we will put up with the disturbance of our properties and stuff like that. Actually, the contamination, that was amazing to me too. The most, in this environment you see around me, the most sensitive, environmentally sensitive creature is the frog, because they're amphibians whose skins are both gas and water permeable. And yet, right after the drilling of my first well over there behind me, right there, in 1980, finished in 81, paying me in 81, the frog population from my pond, primary pond, original old pond over there, second pond there, and the Texas green tree frog, which is one of the most beautiful frogs on this planet. They went from just kind of average numbers to exploding And yet, up on that oil pad was like emulsifier, breaker, and stuff like this. That a lot of stuff that people can, they're very toxic. But yet it had, and all the water from behind me flows into the pond right there, where I even drink out of and swim in and stuff like that. Didn't harm the frogs. If you don't harm, please, I'm an old time, I'm nearing my 65th birthday. As a lifelong biologist, lover of life, and biochemist, if it doesn't harm the frogs, then the environmental weirdos are wrong. But let me continue about piece of shit Donald Trump, who I really hope there's nobody can take his place. He's just as crooked. He's just as criminal as Obama and Bush and Clinton and everybody after Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter and Andrew Jackson are two of my favorite presidents because I know facts and you don't. You're retards. You don't even have the ability to know what is, just yesterday, I was arguing on a chat line of racists and psychos and sexual deviants that I study all the time. This sexual deviant was trying to tell, I explained the whole thing, and then the girl looked it up quickly on Google, and I said, okay, who's the authority cited? And she goes, I looked all over, there's no authority cited. And I said, that tells you it's fake. Most of you, when you look stuff up, you're an incompetent researcher. You can't tell what is fake because you're so young and so stupid. You can't tell what's fake or real on the interweb. And I don't care. I'm going to go just short of 30 minutes because YouTube is letting me exceed the 15-minute late. I'll go ahead and I may try to break it up, may not. But I want to keep, let me go back to what Mr. Trump has done to me is I was able to make a pretty good living at 1/3 the production prior to his immediately after his public statements. And there's no telling what was going on behind the scenes. But before he made his statements, I'd have to dig back in my drawer number 2 at my desk and dig out the spreadsheets to see we were getting up to almost $80 a barrel, heading towards 90 before Trump opened his freaking yap. And right now, when you people that are not smart enough to move out of the snow need truckloads of oil and propane, I'm getting screwed on the price. Thanks to your beloved president. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. Okay, that's the 1,000 cubic feet. We went from about 2,300 to 22 million. Produced $11,6,934. That's before the end of November. December we had to increase. We went up to let me see, was the price dropping? Yep, it went from $1.45 per MCF to 137. So we upped production and produced 13,600 barrels for. They're only giving me barrels for December and January, ending in January 19th. I told you I didn't get a check in at the end of January. Would have been February 1st. So on December 18th, we were still only receiving from the refineries as the most wanted oil on earth. Because Texas is the refinery of America. And almost all of North America, Central America. We're only getting $44.82 thanks to Donald J. Trump. A month and 2 days later actually, because they're 31-day months, on January 19th, we were still only getting $47.47 per barrel, and yielded around pretty close to $30,000. Donald Trump, you're an ignorant, retarded asshole. You insist on you and your buddies getting every tax break in the business, while we oil and gas producers are still paying 48% minimum, even when times are way down and stuff. You don't understand how this economy operates, and has operated since the discovery of oil in Pennsylvania and Texas. This whole world functions off of American technology and petroleum technology. Your life has been made easier. You have lights in your house and heat, and your washer and dryer works because of me. Not Donald J. Trump, who builds luxury hotels and wants like, $5,000 a night for a suite. He's, like I said before, he's not calling for lower prices on luxury hotel suites. They're just not coming to his hotels anymore. Because it's revenge. Because the majority of billionaires in this country are cultural Marxist socialists who want to keep their money while they tax the middle class to death. And they're not going to Trump's businesses anymore. Last year he lost $575 million. That's a fucking fact. I'll break this into two videos so that YouTube uploads it without taking like 20 hours. Donald Trump, your whole pharmaceutical thing, oil and gas, I can tell that you're retarded. You really haven't a clue outside of your little Glitterland inherited bullshit. I only supported you, like 2 years ago, because you were the least evil of, what did I say before, 15 candidates. The rest of those people, Bernie Sanders, come on. Bernie Sanders raised $6 million over Kamala in, like 24 hours. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Bernie Sanders, you commies will never be elected to office. Democrats will never be elected office again, because the head of the Democratic National Committee said months ago, I have the YouTube video on permanent file. He said that we're not the Democratic Party anymore. We're the Democratic Socialist Party. Socialism was a failure the moment it took over Russia. And Mr. Trump, what you did with oil and gas is nothing short of a centrist appeaser socialist. You're making me give away oil and gas, precious oil and gas, at 1/3 its real value. Fuck you.